All right, big lad. Move us. Come on. That's right. On there for the expedition.
I reckon it'll be about good. Or maybe here. What do you think, Bill?
Well, I'd say it depends, Taff.
What do you say, Williamson?
I don't know, Mr. Evans.
Thing is, if you plan these same loads on shorter sledges, them loads will be higher, won't they?
Aye, right.
What about the wind?
I said that half an hour ago, Taff.
I'll ask the owner.
Aye.
Excuse me, sir?
Ah, certainly, Pierre.
What is it, Pierre?
I'm working on that sledge shortening, sir. You wouldn't happen to know what the maximum load will be? Don't want to take too much off.
Maximum load. What was it last time, Pio? 400 pounds, was it?
I think it was a bit more than that, sir. Not to worry, I'll carry on an experiment.
Good man. Good man, there. All right, Mr. Mears. I'll see if we can't reroute my brother-in-law to meet you out there and give you a hand.
With respect, sir, unless he has some expertise in horses, he'd be surplus to requirements. I can collect all the handlers I need when I get there.
Mr. Mears, you come to me highly recommended by those whose judgment I've come, on the whole, to trust. However, it must be clearly understood between us that it is not my practice, nor indeed the Navy's, to have orders questioned. Yours are to go to Siberia and buy the 19 ponies and 35 dogs I've decided I shall need for our work in the South. If you feel you can't do that, you must say so.
Of course, I shall do as you instruct, sir. I simply wanted you to know the limit of my qualifications. I know dogs. I don't know horses. If you tell me I must buy them, I shall buy them and do the best I can.
Excellent. I ask no more. Mr. Mears, it is my considered view that a man who knows, really knows, any animal, knows all animals, to some extent. Good. Here are your instructions. You'll find in here a complete itinerary and international way bills for the livestock. Here are your expenses. I need your signature. I'll expect you in New Zealand in early October with full complement. Cable if there are problems. Bon voyage. And good hunting.
Goodbye, sir.
Goodbye.
else?
Captain Amundsen.
You want to come north again, Mr. Beck?
Charlie, how are you, my boy? Have you seen the captain yet?
No, he's busy, sir.
Con!
Thank God you're here. Come on, I want to talk.
Con, I'd like you to meet a couple of friends of mine. Griffith Taylor, geologist, and this is Charles Wright, who's a physicist, both on my short list to go south with us. Gentlemen, Captain Scott.
I understand you marched all the way from Cambridge.
We did indeed, sir. 55 miles. On lemonade and hard-boiled eggs.
I like their spirit, Bill. Are they good scientists?
Both highly recommended.
Then we'll take them. Welcome aboard, gentlemen.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Welcome. Come on, I want to talk.
I'll be with you presently. We can talk.
Here's a sight to gladden the heart. Three-old discovery.
How right you are, how right you are. How are you, Lashley?
Very well, thank you, sir.
Good to see you, Evans, Williamson.
Pleased to be back, sir.
Do or die, eh?
Oh, absolutely, sir.
Carry on, Pierre.
You never drink, Bill?
Never did. No smoke, neither.
How about the other? I like a drink. As a matter of fact, I'm on this log for one thing and for one thing only. A couple of years out there is going to buy me a nice little pub in Rutsey for my retirement. It'll be my life's dream, a pub.
Watch you, the captain, don't catch up. He'll blow you to Christmas and back.
I can handle the owner, don't worry, boy. Likes big, strong men, you see. Don't worry. I know how to keep my nose tidy.
Here, eh?
Sir!
Is any tea going, would you?
Tea, dear, sir. Tea, boy.
Yeah.
I remember him. He came out on one of the relief ships. Bright young chap. Is there a problem?
I'm informed by Sir Clements that our bright young chap is currently engaged in raising funds for an expedition of his own.
Really? That's awkward.
Fact is, Bill, he's a very persuasive young man, and he's picking up money that should by rights be mine. We're down to a trickle, and he raised £150 in a single night in Cardiff last week, so I'm told.
Well, can't Markham talk to him?
He has, and apparently has a price. It seems he's prepared to make over all he's raised so far to me, provided I agree to take him on as my number one.
What does Markham advise?
He's urging me to take him.
And Reg Skelton? I thought you'd promised him number one.
Not promised exactly, intimated. I'd value your opinion, Bill.
Well, as I see it, old Skelton's pretty indispensable. Nobody can handle the motor sledges the way he can. And he's a pretty seasoned Antarctic campaigner.
Tea, sir.
Dear Amundsen, it is many weeks now since you saw fit to communicate with me. I am, I must say, quite sad that you have not had the time or thought it necessary to keep me informed of your progress.
Thank you. Here's my hand. Being with Amundsen at the North Pole, I think it will be fun.
I'm surprised and a little hurt, I must confess, that you have decided to cut me off in this way from your deliberations. There is much I could help you with, if you would but let me.
Fine chap. Dependable. Enterprising. I've had my eye on him for this kind of work since he was a middy on the Worcester. Be assured, Con, young Evans will not let you down.
Made the terms quite clear to him, I presume.
Right. He makes one further stipulation himself. He's adamant that he cannot work as second in command if there are senior men below him.
God.
For what it's worth, I believe he has a point. A clear chain of command is never more vital than at work at the ends of the earth. Of course, it's hard on on old Skelton.
Damn it all, Sir Clement. Skelton's my engineer. I need him for the motors.
Con, the world's full of engineers. Yours should not be a commander.
Lieutenant and Mrs. Evans are here, sir.
Oh, good, good. Show them in.
Would you come this way, please, sir?
My dear young people, welcome. Come in, come in, come in. So, Con? Mrs. Evans?
Damn his arrogance. Oh, beyond arrogance, Con, what's at stake is the future of the expedition.
Come along, Con.
Captain Scott. Lieutenant. My wife, Hilda. Mrs. Evans, how are you?
How do you do?
This is Bill Wilson in charge of science.
Hello.
Mrs. Evans. Dr. Wilson.
Lieutenant.
Mrs. Evans, come and join us.
I hear you're planning to go south yourself.
Mrs. Evans. How do you do? Mrs. Scott?
Yes,
Mrs. Wilson. Please do sit down. Thank you.
Wasn't it your husband who took out the relief ship that brought back Captain Scott and my husband the last time, Mrs. Evans?
I believe it was, Mrs. Wilson.
And are you happy that he wants to return there?
Happy? Heavens no, not at all. How could a wife be happy at such a thing? But I suppose we learn to bear it in time.
The only thing that makes me unhappy, Mrs. Evans, is that I am not allowed to go with them. Nothing in a woman's life can ever quite compensate for not being born a man. Men do. Women don't. And I would despise myself if I ever learnt to bear it.
Dear Amundsen, I'm to help Captain Scott at his final motor sledge trials in March at Fairfour. He has asked me to sound you out on the subject of simultaneous magnetic observations at North and South Poles by your two expeditions. It's important we Norwegians be seen cooperating with the British. It is equally important that I assist you, and I remain anxious for you to share with me your own plans for the North Pole itself.
11 men, provisions, equipment, but still small enough to pack on board and reassemble on the ice. How long do I have, Captain?
How long will it take?
My brother Hans could probably help me.
I would like you to build it alone.
Here.
Midsummer, how does that sound?
If that's when it's needed, that's when it'll be ready.
If someone should ask, you are working on the house.
Captain, it says observation hut. Is that what it's for?
Yes, that's right.
Judging by the specification, it seems more like living quarters.
A word. It's important.
Nansen wants a meeting.
I know. He's getting nervous. He thinks you're up to something.
Tell him I'm still away. I haven't been in touch.
Speak with him. Tell him something.
Lie? Lie to Nansen? I can't. Send him a cable. Tell him that... Tell him I'll see his man Johansen, if that would please him.
That might help. Will you take him with you?
If I must.
Can you work with Johansen?
I don't know. We shall see.
I'll send a cable. Oh, here's a copy of the standard contract you wanted. Maybe you'll scare Johansen off with it.
This is for Stubberud.
What?
No use making winter quarters if no one knows how to put them up.
Stubberud, you still want to come north with me?
Dear Amundsen, at least you have let me know through your brother that you intend to see Hjalmar Johansson for your work in the north. Johansson is a good man and a fine explorer, and he will not let you down, though times have been hard with him since our journey together. I cannot stress too much what this matter means to me. Through him, I would be able to join my spirit with yours in the work that lies ahead.
Dr. Nansen as Saint Olaf, from hero to saint, in 1 year flat. The artist used him as his model. Well, this year we came back heroes, both of us, from 86-17, the furthest north. The year I saved his life in the ice. Well, nobody will blame the artist. Nansen was always the handsome one. I'm sorry, Captain. I don't have too many callers now. I'm rattling a little. I'm glad you came to Tromsø to see me. I believe my record speaks for itself. But if you have any questions, please ask them.
I have only one question, Mr. Johansson. Here is a copy of the contract I asked those who serve me to sign. The first page is just standard stuff, is wages, conditions, duration, etc. I would like you to read the final paragraph over the page there. Yes.
In promising to work for a successful outcome with unflagging resolution, I affirm on my honor that I will obey the leader of the expedition in everything at any time.
On the saloon wall of the Gjøa, I hung the words, "On this ship we are all captains, we are all crew." Not a man went with me, but knew the truth of it 100 times before we were done. Yet all gave that promise. Each made that affirmation. My question is, can the man who sailed with Otto Sverdrup and Fridtjof Nansen and once held the record of the furthest north and wasn't asked to model for Saint Olaf, so promise and affirm? It's a matter of respect. Dear Dr. Nansen, I hope you will be pleased to hear that I have included Hjalmar Johansson in the expeditionary party. The die is cast now. My only way is forward.
Can it be put right?
It snapped. It'll weld back, but I haven't got the...
Snow's tough. Well, the village down the valley has a machine shop. The trouble... By road, 15 miles each way.
Right, that's it then. We might as well pack in for the day. Like a word, Reggie.
Review performance at 5.
Fine. I'd better help blanket the engine.
Reg, how's young Day there shaping up?
Very well. Bit raw, of course, but a good man.
Good, good. My room at 5, then.
I think you and your husband are more interested in South Pole.
Oh, yes, now. Come on! Over here. What is it?
Damned axle's busted and a whole day gone. We must be in London the day after tomorrow. I still have Amundsen to see the telephonist and speak a word of English.
Dr. Nansen wants to introduce one of his young protégés. Con, you can't smoke in your room. I insist you be sociable. Besides, I'm in need of a husband's protection in such stunningly attractive company.
Captain Scott, I would very much like you to meet Trygve Gran.
Mr. Gran. It's an honor, sir.
Gran has ambitions to go to the South Pole himself.
Really? Well, I hope he has better luck than me. She's got a broken axle. She was doing beautifully, too.
Can it not be mended in time?
For our departure? No, not a chance. It's a 30-mile round trip to the nearest village.
You know the village, Gran. I'm sure he could be back in 4 or 5 hours, couldn't you?
How? Does he own an aeroplane?
No, just a pair of ski.
Ah, yes, the magic carpet. Ski again.
If the work is suspended anyhow, what is there to lose?
See, the thing weighs 25 pounds if it weighs an ounce.
What does it matter, Con? Mr. Grant says it can be done. I think he should go.
Gentlemen's disagreement.
Your husband likes things just so, Dr. Nansen. Or tea.
Thank you.
Nervous, Dr. Nansen?
No. He's here.
Amazing.
Not to a Norwegian. It's only your husband who refuses to see the value of ski. Or dog, for that matter.
You planned the whole thing, didn't you?
The broken axle was a godsend, I must admit.
You don't imagine Mr. Graham could be persuaded to abandon his project and join our expedition as ski instructor, do you, Dr. Nansen?
He might be, Mrs. Scott, if he's asked.
Good. Excuse me. I must have a word with my husband.
You bloody age, Reggie. You're not
What
even
I
trying
can't
to understand me.
is why.
Why what?
Why Evans?
I need him. That's all you need to understand.
Evans is not an engineer.
I don't care if he's a painter. He takes you
If the
there.
dispensing with my services is so easy, I think it might have been put so 3 years ago when you first asked me about a motor sledge. There was no hint then of using me up and then shunting me out of the way. You can go to hell, Scott.
Well, that's Skelton gone. This damned Evans has a lot to answer for.
Graham's back.
Who is this fellow?
Just a young boy who wants to go south. Competent skier, Nansen says, nothing more. And a great admirer of yours.
No idea ski could make such a difference.
But it's too late, isn't it? I mean, what could you possibly do?
I don't know. Perhaps I could invite him to come with me.
What a good idea. And he could instruct the men in skiing technique.
Exactly.
What a good idea. My clever, clever man.
Hello, Fee for Hotel here. Is Captain Amundsen there? It's his brother, Leon. He says he doesn't know where Captain Amundsen is.
Ask him if he knew anything about my appointment with his brother.
Do you know anything about Captain Scott's appointment? He says that he's very sorry.
Thank you, Samson. Thank you. Good luck.
If you're feeling lost and confused, you come to the right berth. Can I help you at all?
Captain Oates reporting for duty.
My goodness. Excuse me, sir. I thought you were a farmer looking for the grain boat. You want Mr. Campbell? A mate.
I thought we were leaving civilization behind. Seems like we're taking most of it with us. Captain Oates.
Oh, welcome aboard. Name's Campbell.
How do you do?
Oh, Mr. Evans, sir. Captain Oates.
Oh, hello, Captain. Welcome aboard. How do you do? Oh, no, I'll take that. Come, I'll show you to your quarters.
Who on earth is that, Mr. Bowers?
I've no idea, Mom.
Now, what have you got here?
One tube tabloid hypodermic morphine sulfate grain 1/4.
1 tube morphine sulfate. What's that for, do you think?
Blessed if I know, Mom.
Over here, P.O. Evans. We need those over here, and there should be another 16 of those somewhere.
It's a great pity you're not traveling out with us, Mrs. Scott.
I'm not allowed to. I go on this thing any day. Traveling with the wives is not my cup of tea, I'm afraid.
Mind your head. I should clean up before you meet the captain, Ed. The owner's a little traditional about these things.
Really? Why the changes in departure dates, by the way?
Ours is not to reason why, Captain. In the Navy, the owner's decision is final.
I thought we were registered as a merchant ship.
Ah, gentlemen. This is Captain Oates of the 6 Inniskillen Dragoons. I see horses. Mr. Cherry Garrard.
How do you do? Hello.
Mr. Gran.
How do you do? Hello. Where will the ponies be housed?
We have to get to New Zealand first, Oates. Then we can start worrying about the ponies. Well, make yourself at home. I'll tell Captain Scott you're here.
I'm the other paying guest. Friends call me Cherry.
Titus, Napoleon, Farmer Hayseed, Lawrence. Take your pick.
Good, thank you. I'll have that sent round to the treasurer.
You'll be assisting Lieutenant Bowers with the stores until your own charges come on board in New Zealand. Any questions?
Just one, sir. I offered to go and choose the ponies myself.
Was there some particular reason why I wasn't asked?
Yes, Captain Oates, there was. You were in South Africa at the time, and I didn't think it worth the expense of shipping you halfway around the world and then sending you all the way back around the other half. We have to watch our pennies.
Thank you, sir.
If this expedition is to have one supreme meaning, it is that Captain Scott is going to prove once again that the manhood of the nation is not dead, and that the characteristics of our ancestors who won this great empire still flourish amongst us.
Yeah.
I ask you, therefore, to drink to success to the Antarctic expedition and good luck to its leader.
The Antarctic expedition and its leader. Mr. Chairman, my lords, ladies and gentlemen, pray silence for Captain Scott.
I should be with you.
My lords, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the British Antarctic expedition, I thank the Lord President for his most gracious and flattering remarks concerning our abilities and aptitudes. Matters, in my experience, always best left to others. But this I will claim, and claim it without a hint of boast or self-regard. We are, in my contention, the best prepared, the best equipped, the best manned, and possibly the best looking expedition that ever left these shores for distant parts. It is still not clear, but a few short days from our departure, whether in fact I shall be able to go with the Terra Nova on the first leg of her voyage. Your decision to leave in June, not August, all but guarantees a speedy passage through the southern pack ice. But in the hectic dash to make ready, important expeditionary matters were laid aside, and it is those to which I must now attend. Since I am determined that nothing shall be left undone that might ensure our success. As to that success itself, I say only, if I am to be remembered at all in time to come, and I would prefer it to be as a truth seeker rather than as a pole seeker. We go south to unlock the secrets of nature that mankind might profit from the knowledge. We know there will be risks, and we are ready for them. Proud bearers of our nation's flag and guardians of her honor, members of the greatest club on earth, the British Empire.
It seems such a shame, Mrs. Scott, you're not coming with us.
Yes, isn't it a shame? But my husband thought it important to take the mail packet to Australia to be there ahead of them. I must be with him.
You understand that if I hear Teddy Evans isn't up to the job, I shall take over myself in South Africa.
Yes, of course, Con.
Is that what I think it is? It's an ice hut. You don't catch me in one of those, not in the north. Ice breaks up, you could float forever. What's going on?
Maybe it's a storehouse.
It's too big. Somebody should ask him.
It's good. Let's put it on board.
Gentlemen, time to go. Betty has a present for each of you before you leave.
Nice.
Skål. Lycka till.
Skål.
Skål.
Ja, lycka till.
Skål.
Go. Thank you, Betty. Thank you very much. Thank you, Betty.
Thanks, Betty.
That will keep you.
Next stop, Madeira. Till then. It'll be a fine night for it.
Thank you.
Listen, it will take 5 years before I return. While I'm away, people may say bad things against me. Believe none of it. Wait until I'm home and you can hear the truth from my own lips.
Just come back. That's all I ask. Here.
Here's your socks. Oh.
I'll name something after you. Mount Betty. How about that?
Watching the Fram depart for the north was the most bitter moment of my life.
Fine evening.
Independence Day.
Yes.
You said we needed to talk, Captain?
Yes. You need to know one or two things.
Well, gentlemen. Good morning, sir. Nice to see you all.
Likewise. We sail at 2. Captain wants everyone on deck at noon.
I thought there was shore leave. I'm sure he'll deal with that later. Captain's cooking something up. I've known him like this before. Well, it could be good, it could be crazy.
Perhaps he's a man who hates lying. I don't like it much myself.
That's why I haven't asked him about Beck.
I think it's time we told the truth.
Are they nervous? Yes. It's only just occurred to me they may say no. Is it possible?
What would you say?
I'd go. The letters are there.
Hey, Milson. It's the wrong map.
Part of it's right. There's the wall.
Gentlemen, I want to announce a minor change to our plans. I'm sorry it wasn't possible to put this to you sooner, but the matter will explain itself. I hope. I apologize for my recent remoteness, evasiveness, but I preferred silence to the lie direct.
Less than a year ago, when the news came in that the North Pole had fallen, this expedition collapsed. Money dried, contracts torn up, promises taken back. To have sought to finance it myself by loans would have left me with ruinous responsibilities for the rest of my days, and effectively end my life as an explorer. I could not announce my new plan, because I was confident that the government and the powers that be would have prevented it, perhaps simply by repossessing the ship. Even now, the world does not know about this plan. Apart from my brother and Lieutenant Nilsson, you are the first to hear of it. Only when we are out of reach of cablegram and wireless will my brother release the news.
Any chance of you releasing it to us before, Captain?
Of course, of course. Instead of sailing north from Cape Horn toward Alaska and the Northwest Passage, there will be a minor diversion for 1 year in Antarctica, and a trip for some of us to the South Pole.
The South? It'll be good or it'll be crazy. Didn't I say it?
You have to trust me. It can be done. If you agree to go, you will have extra pay and 1 hour in which to write your letters. My brother will see that they are delivered the day before the news is broken. We have coal, oil, food, water enough to take us to the ice barrier in 1 go. We have 2 ice pilots, Hansen and Beck. Those who say no will go ashore here with paid passage home. Who is coming?
Johansson comes.
Jolan comes.
Hansen comes.
Prestrud.
Beck. Wisting. Lindström is cooking.
Stubberud. Karlsen. Øynes. Skau. Sundbæk.
Aas. Knudsen.
Rønne.
Kutchen.
Will you come, Sverre?
Would you want me for the pole? Can my job back home be protected?
My brother will take care of it.
Then I will come.
Dear Scott, beg to inform you, heading south. Amundsen.